Morning guys, Monday the 7th of September. Still morning, a little bit crisp, but that's good because it sort of gives a little bit of energy as well. I was thinking just about me and Rosie and Natasha, who sort of do the courageous coaching conversations. We talked about a group, creating a group as opposed to we've already got a page. So we talked about a group and what that would entail and so forth. So we talked about this on a number of occasions, and we sort of, knew some of the things we wanted to do, content, and so forth. But what struck me was you can talk about something for a period of time, you can have your ideas, you can even set a couple of those things up. But I think sometimes it's just the point where you go, okay, so get on with it, this is it, sort of thing. And I think having other people then respond can actually be the very thing that creates impetus and momentum. So for me, once we sort of put the notifications out there for people to join the group if they choose, and we had a really good number of people respond to the group, which is great. Really positive, really encouraging. It also makes you feel that people think there's something of worth and value that you can offer and they can get from it. But it was actually having the people accept and join the group that's then created for me, I can't talk about other people, but for me personally, it sort of made me go, oh, okay. And I'd already put some content in through the week, but that really created energy and momentum and motivation as well. And I think it's the same when I deliver courses as well, whether that be face to face or online. I think you can again plan and put stuff together and get a sense of what you're going to do, what you're going to deliver. But I think it's not always until you then connect with, meet people, and it's active and happening, that it really creates the energy and the momentum. For me, the connection and the engagement with people within my work is what motivates me. It's what then creates the energy for me to want to do more. And it's quite important, because I remember when we were in the I suppose the early stages, and actually going into the middle of the lockdown, there was a point where I started to question a little bit, hang on, have I lost the energy, have I lost the passion for the work, for my learners, particularly work in the sort of the college. And then I remember the first time since we were in lockdown, it was, after a few months, it was sort of July, delivered the first online day in the course itself, and it felt really quite special actually, really inspiring, really uplifting. I remember sort of having that moment of coming away thinking, yeah, this felt really good. It was really engaging, really energising. But it's interesting because you can almost, you have those moments and you know it creates energy, but at the same time, when you're not experiencing it, you can almost forget in a way what that feels like, and that energy level, that motivation, that push is quite important. And I suppose although I've got quite a mixed balance really in that. I like my own space, I like to do my own thing. I am sort of self-motivated, but I do also like my own space, and at the same time I'm motivated by, and sort of what gives me energy at the same time is when I do connect with others within the work itself. So we're all motivated by different things, aren't we? I think that's the great thing about us as people, we're all so unique and, different on so many levels, but then we're also so similar on many levels as well. Connecting with the people that I work with, i.e. my clients and learners on the courses, those things motivate me. Writing and journaling and reflecting, that motivates me. Reading and learning and applying what I learn to different things, that motivates me. My lives, doing the lives often on a Sunday night, that motivates me. It's almost like you have something you said you're going to do, and then you have to then create, a thought process and content around that, and then actually being on the live itself, that really engages and gives me energy as well. It's like sometimes you might even, I'm sure we'll have moments where we're like, oh, you know, I don't know, I'm tired, or oh, I can, don't really have the energy, can be bothered to do X, Y, and Z. Well, this way. But actually, what I also know is once you put it out there and tell people what you're going to do, and what you're then doing actually is you're creating a level of accountability, really, because you've already said, to people that's what you're going to do, and that then creates and pushes you so that if you have moments where you go, oh, maybe I feel a bit tired, or I'll leave it, or I'll let this go, or whatever, the idea that you've already mentioned it, for me anyway, creates some accountability, and that's quite key. It's quite important. I think when you work perhaps in teams with other people on a daily, weekly basis, you might have a slightly different level of motivation around you. I think when you work for yourself as well as with others, then you definitely have to find your own ways of creating accountability and movement forward and actions, because you're having to push yourself more. So, yeah, what motivates you guys? What enables you to hold some accountability? And what does create that? I mean, is that something that you are putting into place? Does it work for you? Do you think maybe you need to do something different? So lots of food for thought. So guys, have a moochy, misty, magical Monday, and I shall speak to you later. Lots of love, bye.